It's true. No, that's true. Nobody has ever went from believing we were spinning on a ball a million miles an hour to realizing that we're in a fucking lake, man. We're in a prison lake. And no one's ever went back to the ball. I've never heard of anybody going back to the ball. It's like finding out
once you leave the
Santa
ball.
Claus is, once you find out Santa Claus isn't real, and then going back and go, you know what, I do believe in Santa Claus. I better be a good boy. No one ever goes back that way. Same thing with Flat Earth. You never go back. It's same thing with like the fake moon missions. Like no one ever goes, oh my God, they faked going to the moon. And then they believe that there is one guy who kind of did that, but now he's back. But generally that doesn't happen. You know what I mean?
When did you decide that the Earth was flat for you?
I thought it was ridiculous at first. I was on Joe Rogan's podcast. I've been on like 85 times or something like that. And one of those early days, we were talking about something and how, certain people are extremely dumb. And Joe said, dude, people are so dumb. There's people that still believe the Earth is flat. He said it something like that, and I went, "What? No." He goes, "Yeah." And I go, "What are they, Amish or something?" Like, there's people that, and I'm a grown ass man. I was probably like, 43, and I'm going, "There's people. Fuck, where are these people?" He goes, "Dude, there are people that think the world is flat." And I'm like, "Oh my God, that's crazy. Yeah, we're doomed." That wasn't that long ago, but like 2015 is when I started to
got that iron out.
Well, what happened was I never believed we went to the moon. Maybe when I was a kid, but I can't even remember a time when I believed we actually landed on the moon. I never believed that shit.
So Kubrick.
Probably.
And you saw the news with Putin. There's all this stuff going on saying they believe
the
that
moon pictures are fake.
Yeah,
for sure. So I never. I shouldn't say never, but for a very long time, at least, me and Joe Rogan started hanging out like in 98, 97, 98. And when we first started hanging out, that was one of the things that, like, how we bonded. You're like, dude, you don't believe in the moon? Fuck, no, I don't believe in the moon. We landed on the moon. Da, 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 da. We both didn't believe it. So we're like, oh, shit. So all I knew about the moon missions was that NASA was involved. I thought NASA was just about the moon and the moon missions. I didn't know NASA was in charge of all space information and the head of all space, like worldwide even. NASA is like the countries realize, like countries that have money and then countries that have like strong military, they all realize that, damn, you gotta have a space program, dog. You know how much money you could fucking steal with a space program? You just, like India and China, they supposedly just landed on the moon. And when you watch that footage, it's like they stole all the money and they didn't leave any money for special effects. Like, dude, leave a fucking $10 million make it look good, dog. Make it look like Contact or something. So they just steal all the money. There's no money left.
India landed and it doesn't look real.
Dude, it looks like Flash Gordon from the 50s. Like the crazy shit. Yeah. It's so bad. But they realize, like, damn, we got to fake it. Every now they got to fake landing something on the moon, fake launching satellites into space, fake we're on a space station to International Space Station. They go, dude, let us pretend we're on the space station. So there's a lot of money, dog. And the people, it's something to get the people, proud of it, our country's powerful. We're going to listen to our leaders.
Patriotic.
It's a lot easier to control them because they believe in the power of the country. You know what I mean? And space program's huge. A space propaganda agency is huge. That's fucking huge. Keep your people in line and just to steal a lot of their money. So I always thought NASA was just involved in the moon. Didn't really think about any other.
So 2015, you were saying that you believed the Earth was round.
Yes. And dude, and all through the 2000s and the early 2010s, I was a space junkie, dude. I would have documentaries stacked up on DVDs of space, like Ultimate Universe, fucking BBC, the stars and the solar system, all these 9 DVD sets of space. Me and Joe were balls deep in all that shit. And every now and then I would think to myself, I'm like, this is all CGI that we're looking at, but it would be awesome if we had like some actual footage. How cool would that be? How cool would it be if we had like actual footage of being on other planets and stuff? Oh my God. But then, you forget about it and you just watch documentary after documentary on space with nothing but CGI. It's all CG, it's all cartoons, but you just accept it. And I remember trying to memorize. I'd watch them over and over again, try to memorize statistics on, the size of neutron stars and fucking super hypernovas, and like I wanted to be like an expert in space. I would watch those documentaries. There would be like a default setting. I ain't got nothing to do on board. Put a space documentary on and start remembering some space facts. And I'm a grown ass man, deep into my 30s and early 40s, and then one of my students said, "Hey, you ever look into flat Earth?" And I looked at him. His name's Manny. I looked at him like, dude. Like, I looked at him like, I can never trust you. You talking about flat Earth, dog? It was like in front of my school right after a class, and we're just smoking weed out in the back. He goes, "You ever look into flat?" I'm like, fuck, dude. Man, I think I just lost a soldier. That is the dumb, like, I can't believe anything you said, because we were going back and forth with conspiracy theories for a while. He was my student for a while. We, 9/11 and all that shit, even the fake moon landings and all that. And I'm like, dude, please don't ever fucking bring that shit up to me again. I'm so disappointed in you.
Wow.
And then a little bit later, a few months later, another one of my students, Ernest, he said, "Yo, we're on the mats." He goes, "Yo," this is 2015. He goes, "Yo."
Mid-grap?
Huh?
Mid-grap?
No, we're just like leaning against the wall,
okay.
just chilling. In between rounds, he's leaning the wall and goes, "Hey, man, you ever looking at flat Earth?" I'm like, Jesus Christ. Another one? He goes, "Hey, listen, I got a master's in engineering. You need to look into some flat Earth." I'm like, oh my God. So what I was just going to do is, and I had, not at the time, but like 2 or 3 or 5 years earlier, I had an iPhone, and the default setting was a picture of Earth from space on your phone. Remember that?
Yep.
You see it. So every time you turn on the phone, you're looking at a ball Earth from
That's
space.
gotta be programming.
And you think it's real, right? Yeah, that's not programming.
Yeah, right.
So, and that picture was no longer on my phone. I think I had my son on the screensaver. So I go, okay. So I was gonna go home and just send him pictures. It was just so easy. Just get pictures of Earth from space and just text it to him. Now what? Now what? Now what? Now what? So when I went to the, and I told him, I go, "I'm just gonna. Have you ever seen a fucking picture of Earth from space, dog?" He goes, "Those are all CGI." I'm like, "Come on, dog. They're not CGI." So then I go to, I go home. I'm on my computer. Google pictures of Earth from space. And then I look at him, and he already had the CGI thing in my head. And I'm like, these are fucking CGI. And then I start going there and start clicking. I'm like, they're all CGI? And then I go to the website. I'm like, NASA.gov. These are all coming from NASA.gov. The guys that fake the moon missions, these guys they do all of space. Oh my God. Right there. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my motherfucking God. The agency that faked the moon missions, they're the ones putting out these pictures of Earth from space and admitting they're composites and admitting they're CGI. And the only one, they said there is one real one. And they got their reasons for making pictures of Earth from space CGI. They got their reasons, like, oh, we get strips of data, and then we got to put them together. And they admit this. So you watch video, they go, yeah, we get strips of data because our satellites aren't far away enough from the Earth to get a whole picture. So we got to do strips of data, and then we get a CGI artist to, put it together and do the best he can. I'm like, dude, you guys are fucking admitting it. God damn, you're not even faking it. You're not even lying. And then they said there is one picture of Earth from space that's real. And that's the one taken from the Apollo missions.
Yeah.
I'm like, but you guys faked that. The only real one is what you're saying is came from a fake moon mission. So right there, I'm like, oh my God, I got to look into this shit. So from that point on, there's so much evidence.
It totally flipped.
Dude, there's a documentary I'll send you. This one just came out. 3 hours of pilots and military personnel going off and just whistleblowing, going, dude, it's fucking flat. Most pilots realize it now, and it's a thing with pilots now. Pilots are swarming pilots. They know it's flat. It's impossible that it's round, because if the Earth was a ball at 25,000 miles in circumference, which is their number, like we're on a ball that's 25,000 feet in circumference, there's a curvature formula for all balls. It's just depending on how big is the ball. If it's 25,000 miles in circumference, this is the curvature formula. And nobody denies the curvature formula. It's, if you're on a ball, every step you take, you should technically be going down. Balls don't go up. On land, it's you can't really say that, because like right now we're in a building where it is level. It isn't going down. So, but on land, there's mountains, there's peaks and valleys, and the ground is it's hard to measure the ground. But the ocean, there ain't no valleys in the ocean. In the water, if we're a ball, you should be able to measure and apply the curvature formula to the ocean. We're 75% water, Pacific Ocean, do all your tests, right? So if we're on a ball that's 25,000 miles in circumference, then at 100 miles in the ocean, if you do the math, there should be at least 6,000 feet of curvature. So that means that a ship cannot see another ship at 100 miles away, because there's 6,000 feet of curvature. So it'd be like this, right? There'd be too much curvature. You wouldn't be able to see it. But Navy ships laser point and target other ships at 100 miles all the time, and they see them with their fucking their telescopic.
You're saying that the other ship would be on that part of the ball.
Yeah. At 100 miles, there'll be 6,000 feet of curvature. 6,000 feet, not 6,000 miles. 6,000 feet. 6,000 feet is high. That's halfway up a Big Bear. You wouldn't be able to see it, but Navy ships can see other Navy ships. The whole the easiest ball proof to debunk is like, look at ships. You see ships going, they disappear, over the horizon because they're going over the curve. Bullshit. Because if you go over a curve, there's no way you could zoom in and see it. If something goes around a corner, you can't zoom in and see around the corner. You can't zoom in and see around a curve. No matter how good your zoom is, there's water in the way. Right? So you see the ship going, it looks like at 7 miles, the ship disappears. Like, oh, there's the curve. No, you just put the zoom on, you zoom right into it, and there's the ship again. It appears to disappear over the curve because it's just your vision can't see it. At a certain, everything that goes away from you goes down. Everything that comes towards you goes up. That's why the sun looks like it's rising. It's not rising, it's just coming to you. Just like when you look at an airplane, just look at airplanes. When airplanes are going away from you, they're lowering in the distance. That's just your perception. That's it's just how your eyes see. Like you're in a long hallway, right? You're looking down a long hallway. Big hotel. The sides of the wall, you take a picture, you can just pull up a long hallway and Google it. And the walls will appear to come in and meet at the very end of your vision.
Yeah.
The walls will come in, and the ceiling will come down, and the floor will come up right to your eye level. Everything that you look at is your view, your eye level. The horizon always rises to your eye level. So, like if you're on like the hallway thing, right? Is the ceiling really going down? Is the floor really going up? Are the walls really coming in? And then at the end of the hallway, it all comes together at your eye level. Is that what's really happening? No, that's not what's really happening. That's just your perception. But if you had to make a painting of this hallway, you would have to paint the walls coming in, the ceiling coming down, and the gray. And if you don't do that, you're a shitty artist.
Yeah, it all comes
Right?
to a point.
Yes, it always. So if you're like, let's say you're on what's that beach that's right past Santa Monica?
Zoom.
Rogers Beach or something.
Will Rogers.
It's like before Malibu.
Will
right
Rogers.
there. When you go down there, you go down the canal. Now, if you're standing on the beach and you're looking out into the ocean,
Okay.
1,000,000%, the horizon's going to be the water horizon is going to be at your eye level. You're standing on the sand, wherever you're standing.
Okay, I'm picturing it.
Right, and then if you get in your car and you go up the fucking mountains, up where sunset is, you're gonna look out in the ocean. Guess what? The ocean is at your eye. The horizon is at your eye level. If you're 2,000 feet up and you look into the ocean's gonna rise up to your eye level.
So
that can never happen on a ball. That only happens on flat surfaces. That can never happen on a ball because the ball would go down, not rising to your eye level. If you were on a plane, you're on a plane and you look out and you're going over the ocean, you look out your window, you look at the ocean's going to come right to your eye level.
Wait, the ocean isn't at your eye level if you're in a plane.
Yes, it is. Look at it all the time. If you're in the ocean and as far as you can see is the ocean, unless there's clouds in the way to block but there's no clouds, it's clear. And you look, whatever
you look
the
out
horizon
the window,
is, whether it's the water or land, it's still going to come to your eye level, no matter what the horizon is. The water is the most accurate because there's no mountains. But because if you're on an airplane and you look out and you're flying next to a mountain, that's different. I'm talking about as far as the eye can see, everything rises to your eye level. You're going to trip out on it everywhere you go. No matter what, you look out in the ocean, it's going to be right here because that's what you're looking at. Everything's designed for your vision, your eyes.
This is fucking
Crazy.
me up. This is blowing my mind. So if I look out of the window
at an ocean and there's no mountains, it's just the ocean is
so
part.
If this was an airplane window, you're saying it would be.
You look out and the ocean would be like this, like in the distance in the horizon.
And on a
the
ball,
horizon always rises. The horizon always rises to your eye level. Always.
in the flatland.
Yes, in the ocean. In the ocean, no matter where you're at, as far as you can see out in the ocean, it's going to be right here. That's a fact, man. And you go up there, you go on that same ocean that you're on the beach, eye level. Now go up to the cliff, 2,000 feet up, and you're going to be able to look at the ocean, and it's going to be right at your eyes.
That's where so you're saying out there, it will be at your eyes.
That can't happen on a ball. A ball goes down. The ocean will go down. The ocean should be curved. Ocean's not curved. The ocean's level.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
The ocean's level.
So instead of, I'm picturing it.
Instead
you're
of
always gonna see it like
rising
this.
on, like you're looking at the ocean, instead of rising,
You're saying
and the
there'd be
horizon goes down like that. If we're really on a ball, the horizon we'd be looking down,
okay.
not eye level. That could only happen on a flat surface.
What's their argument back to that?
I haven't heard the argument back on that.